Logic made stuff like this.
Well, they do.
We're live. I think we're live. Here we go. Hold on.
What the heck are you doing?
Yeah, the whole image is out of whack. There it goes. That's weird. I've never seen that before.
Do not adjust your...
Oh, wow. And it adjusts the whole picture.
Wow.
Wait,
for next time that we need to do Star Trek, we got bombed.
Oh, yeah. Everybody starts shaking around. And Captain!
Oh!
The torpedoes of the
Oh, God!
Okay.
Shields up.
Shields up.
Actually, at that
They're
point...
like, nerds!
Yeah,
Okay.
At that point, you're like, shields at 20%, Captain.
I mean, we are doing whiskey review shows, so I guess nerds can be used interchangeably. So
yeah, whiskey nerds. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Barrel Buddies.
I'm James.
I'm Zach.
And I'm BJ. Welcome back to your favorite weekly webisodes about whiskey, wine, and more.
And I'm James.
We said that already.
I did. Did I say it?
We're doing it over.
Oh, wow.
And I'm BJ, in case you missed it.
Don't even cut that.
I won't edit that in post.
We never edit in post.
Oh my God. For those of you not joining us live on YouTube and watching us later or listening on the podcast version, which is coming out soon on your favorite podcast listening app, we just experimented with a fun thing we found on OBS Ninja where you can shake the whole image of what we're broadcasting out onto the YouTubes, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah, good times. Well, welcome to the show. We have quite the offering tonight. We were mulling around what we're going to drink tonight.
Jesus, have some class.
Oh, what do they think this is? This is a house of learned doctors. What are you doing here?
Just burping it out.
All right. Well, anyway, so we were mulling around what we were going to drink tonight. And we wanted to bring it back, bring it back to Kentucky, bring it back to
Mellow corn.
And we're like, you know what? What says Kentucky other than mellow corn?
Mellow corn.
It's a very polarizing bottle.
I don't know about that. I think that there's some really cool things about this bottle. Number one, I have ignored this bottle for a very long time because it's very
Red beard,
old
how's it going?
Looking.
Oh, yeah.
Zach, you want to give the viewers a close-up shot?
We can do that.
This is a
Look
very
at this
old
wheel maneuver he's doing where he's not even getting up. He just wheels over.
I like it.
It's very vintage.
We're not focused. You got to bring it in.
Hide your face.
There we go.
Hide your face.
No, it's good. Hide your kids, hide your wife. It's good.
So this is a really vintage bottle. Yes, it is, and it is bottled in bond, and it's just kind of corny looking, right? I mean, you look at this and you go,
in more than one way.
more than one way.
It's corny.
You just kind of look at it and you go, what? But this is bottled in bond, which means this is bottled under government supervision at 100 proof. It's 50% alcohol or higher. Which typically they are sticking around that 100 proof 50% number. This, as they have said in a lot of things we've read in preparation for tonight's show, is a bottle that has been stuck in time. It is a living fossil of American whiskey. And so it flies underneath the radar. It's actually a super favorite of bartenders across the United States. And James actually turned me on to this. We were out in California this weekend, saw these, and he immediately dropped everything. Bottles splashing on the ground. We had to call cleanup in aisle 12, and he said, fill your hands. And we bought all this mellow corn.
It was $13.99 a bottle, first of all. That's
totally worth it.
Value?
I got a feeling it's going to be a 4.
Yeah, blown away bonus on value alone. All right, so we got a little bit here going on the chat.
Bring us up to
Redbeard, how's it going? Jackie, how you doing? Uncle Punky, Trader Chad.
Welcome back, Uncle Punky.
Yeah, we got some whole crew here, whole crew. So how y'all doing? Welcome to the show tonight. Thanks for joining us for Mellow Corn, this wonderful bottled in bond treat. And the reason I say, I said it's polar. Where's my fucking glass?
Uh-oh.
Oh, the one that you used for the artsy fartsy picture that got put on our
Insta,
TikTok.
and
We
it
don't
looks
have
really
TikTok.
nice. Not yet. We should have a TikTok. We could do some fun stuff with TikTok. So this
Anyway, hold
flies
on.
under the radar. So yeah, what do you got?
Hold on. I wanted to go back
Is
to
there some questions?
my polarizing comment. Back to my polarizing comment.
Back to okay.
There's a lot of fanboys that are into this, okay?
Give it a minute.
We're here to draw the line and tell you how it is. Apparently, there's a huge subreddit following that any review that negatively posts about this, they shit on it. Any review that gives it glowing reviews gets shit on by the other side of the coin. So it gets this like back and forth with the fanboys that love it or the fanboys that hate it. So we're here going into this completely blind, neutral review. I've never had this.
There's no apparently. There is a subreddit on Reddit dedicated to Mellow.
Subreddit hashtag, yeah, was it? Or
It's called Mellow.
Subreddit Mellowcorn. There it is. Yeah.
r/Mellowcorn. So this is a pretty incredible spirit. Let me give you some quick history. First of all, James can't answer this. So if you had to guess, who do you think makes this? It's from Kentucky.
Sazerac.
No.
But hold on. Who's Sazerac made by?
Buffalo Trace.
There you
Okay,
go.
good.
Okay, good guess.
Good
Good guess.
That's a good guess.
That's a good guess.
It's actually Heaven Hill Juice.
Heaven Hill Juice.
Out of Bardstown.
Wow.
Okay, that's
Good old Bardstown.
on the Bourbon Trail. That's a big deal. Okay. This is an interesting outlier because for those of you that know, corn whiskey in America does not have to be aged in a barrel to be called corn whiskey. Okay, it can actually be immediately bottled and called corn whiskey. Typically, it's aged for 2 years. This is an interesting product because it's actually aged in used barrels for 4 years.
Interesting.
Fun fact, if this was aged in brand new barrels, it would technically be called a bourbon.
I was gonna say, yeah, doesn't sound like a bourbon since it's used barrels.
That's right.
Shelley, good evening to you as well. Welcome to the show.
So that's a fun fact. Now, bartenders love this because it's a quality product. This is quality juice. It makes for an excellent cocktail mixer. So if you can get your mellow corn as your well, they love it. They think it's great. They also think that it's easy to come by, easy on the eyes, easy on the wallet. So I think that's pretty cool. They do call this a living fossil of American whiskey. So this literally went unchanged for 7 decades. It just got forgotten about. So as America was making a change in the 1960s to keep up with people who were not drinking whiskey at the time, whiskey was falling out of favor. So what they did was they started blending a lot of different whiskeys with other spirits. All right, and they actually created a whole new type of whiskey, which I don't think any of us have ever had, called light whiskey. Okay, so this is whiskey that is blended with like malt liquors.
I'm very curious. I want to try some.
I'd like to
Yums,
find
yums.
this. Okay,
Like
so
malt liquor and whiskey?
So
Like-
really
not
quick
like
though.
Mickey's and whiskey.
oh yeah, a little brass monkey.
So going back to what you were saying about what classifies a corn whiskey. So would that make Everclear a corn whiskey? Well, or I guess that's a grain spirit.
That's a grain spirit. This mash bill is 80% corn, 12%
Got it. Because of the corn
barley,
and barley.
and 8% rye.
Okay, that makes sense. Whereas neutral grain spirit is like all wheat or all corn.
Correct.
There's nothing else. Okay.
So this is
I'm thinking of like Shine, Everclear.
Sure, and this could be Shine, I suppose, if it was not barrel aged. It would be like White Dog.
Oof. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it'd be unbarrel aged spirit.
I'm not excited for this. I get this.
Okay, so in doing a little research, here's the things that they said. It's really ethanol forward on the nose. You got to give it a minute to.
It's super boozy. Like,
Yeah, they said
Guys,
you got
this
to
is-
really give it a minute.
Yes, give it a stir.
50% alcohol. 50% of this is alcohol. Okay.
this is like
Give it a
So,
stir.
give- it
what's
a spin.
what's the cologne from
Groot.
from Anchorman.
Sex Panther.
Sex
Yeah,
Panther.
yeah.
This is like smells like
Stings
Sex
the
Panther.
nostrils.
Stings the nostrils. For
Sure
sure.
does.
But you know what? It's in a pleasant way. It's almost effervescent.
So if you keep swirling it around and let that alcohol evaporate, you get that ethanol evaporation. It's coming to the top there. It helps significantly. So after I've swirled this around, little aeration,
Oh,
little
yeah.
oxidation,
It really gives way to
it opens up
beautiful spirit.
quickly. So if you can give it, what do you have, 5 minutes? We've had it sit here open
Yeah,
now.
give this a minute to breathe. That's what they call it, breathing.
Wow, now it's completely approachable, and that ethanol fades very quickly. Very quick fade on the ethanol.
I'm getting
Wow, it's so sweet. I'm getting like corn.
cream, like vanilla,
What's the cereal?
taffy,
What's Tony the Tiger? What's cereal?
Frosted
is that?
Flakes.
I'm getting major Frosted Flakes.
What do you think there, Zachy?
It's kind of hard to get through that ethanol, to be honest with you.
Just give it
But I'm
give
getting,
it
I'm getting
some
the
time.
kind of the cream corn.
straight up Frosted Flakes.
It's like corn cereal, you know,
Corn
like,
cereal.
putting your face
Oh,
in
like
some
cornflake. Yeah, kind of like
Cornflakes,
Cornflakes?
Frosted Flakes.
Um,
I get a bit more of the sweetness. That's what I'm saying, Frosted Flakes. But yeah, corn cereal.
Wow, I've never heard you.
Sorry.
He just had the.
It's intense.
Like no, it's super intense. You have to catch yourself.
Yeah, it's like you gotta.
Oh,
You need to smell it with
all
your,
right.
with your mouth open.
There's banana. I just got a hint of like banana taffy, not Laffy Taffy, not Jack Daniels, but like creamy banana taffy.
so Redbeard said Elijah Craig is Heaven Hill. Yes, great. And we've
We're
talked about
big
that
fans.
before. Big fans. Obtanium makes light whiskey. Really? I have not heard of that.
Abitanium?
Obtanium, like
Obtanium.
is that what like Wolverine has in his body,
That's obtanium.
or is that unobtanium? I think it's unobtanium.
Wow.
Our comic nerds out there, please
like-
help
God.
us out here.
You're not helping that nerd comment at the beginning.
Randy has hints of moldy socks and sadness. We've had plenty of whiskeys in the past that completely have that profile.
Cheers, Randy.
So cheers, Randy. But no, this I'm looking forward to it. So cheers, gents. Cheers, guys. So,
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh.
and what do we say? Why don't you go through our 3-taste rule?
Zach, could you walk us through the 3-taste rule?
So you can see that BJ is
I'm experiencing the shock.
he's experiencing the ethanol shock. This
Oh,
is
it's
where-
adamantium. Thank you.
So this
Thank
is
you,
where
Jeff.
the first sip that you take of the whiskey, it's going to shock your palate. It may have a lot of ethanol to it. You're not going to be able to taste what's really into the
What?
whiskey.
Wait, hold on. But what's
Kentucky Hug.
Captain America's shield made out of? Then?
Obtanium?
Obsidian,
Wait,
It's obsidian.
maybe it's hold on, I'm starting to get my voice back.
pyrite.
Is it in
I think I was onto something with the unobtainium. I think that's
yeah, you know what that is? You know what that is?
Or what's from Gandalf? Not Gandalf. Warlock, wizard. What's the Wakanda? It's from Wakanda. The metal.
No.
Wakanda is Black Panther.
Yes, that's where all that metal comes
All right.
from. That they
Can we
made
go
a
back
shield.
to Avatar?
Like a meteor hit.
James Cameron's epic Avatar.
Horrible.
They are
By the way.
mining something called unobtainium, which is the worst.
Oh, that's
word
vibranium,
ever.
guys. You guys are on point for correcting me. Thank you.
Unobtainium Avatar. Look that.
Actually,
look
you
that
know
up.
what? I think I remember that word from that.
Unobtainium.
Okay.
So anyway,
thanks
hey,
for the
so
fictional
second
corrections
sip.
today.
Second sip. You're
Yes.
past the ethanol punch. You're starting to get into the whiskey.
Little
Third
Kentucky
sip.
hug.
Yeah, you're gonna get the Kentucky hug. You're
Guys
gonna
look great
get
in
a
the
little
chat.
bit of warmness. Third, you'll be able to get into the actual tasting notes.
Jeremy, thank you very much. He has some pictures from the 4th of July bash. He's going to email them to us.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank
Jeremy.
you. Much appreciated. Anyone out there, if you have any pictures from the event, I'm the one to blame. I have not put out videos yet. I will get them out. I promise you all, just life has just...
No.
I need to sit there for like a couple hours. Just haven't had the time to stitch them together and post, or I'll get them just over to BJ and he can do it. Vibranium, thank you for the corrections, gents. Back to this. So, Zach, after I unfortunately interrupted you there,
He gave a good three
I was
talkers.
going to say, no, that's a good explanation of the 3
yeah,
sips.
How many sips are you in?
2? 3 now?
How many sips are you in?
4.
Good job, Zach. are alcohol enthusiasts, as
This
we've
is
learned.
this is kind of tasty after the second and third. I mean that first one, man, it is ethanol. Once you get through that,
You're going to cut it already.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. Top Feet Coco, what's going on? It's been a while. Welcome. Cheers. Oof. I don't know. Let's see if this cut.
I'm not sure that cutting it was a good idea. I'm thinking about putting an ice cube in it.
I would love to be
that'd be
queued
a
up.
great
I
idea.
think that cutting it is going to break out an acrid flavor. The char is not going to be good.
Oh, Redbeard's really quick, very important. When will Super Chat be activated? We're working on it, Redbeard. You guys are doing a great job.
Keep it up.
Please keep it up. We plan to have Greg Mannarino, the man himself, back very soon. We have some other special guests joining us soon. I'm sure those next big shows with a few more hundred people joining us, we will get over the hump. We're right there. We have about a tenth. I think 400 hours to go. We're almost there.
We're real close. Yeah, 400 watch hours is nothing.
No,
Watch
that's
that
not.
playlist.
That's the last 10% of view hours.
Get
The
that
crew's
playlist
been
going.
good here, especially in the chat of watching
Yeah.
our playlist and watching
Thanks,
our
guys.
videos.
I watch it myself.
Yeah, I do. We all do. I'll turn on a VPN and keep. YouTube probably doesn't want to hear this, but
No,
you
don't
know.
say that. Don't say that out loud.
We
Stop.
we have
Possible deniability.
we watch the videos. Lots of us do. Just please
We're
keep
very
watching.
very interested in what we look on like on YouTube.
Well,
Yes,
it's
please.
about making little adjustments, you know? Adjustments. It's maintenance.
Yes.
All right. I'm in my third sip.
I mean,
That ethanol does
I
not
get it.
go away, dude.
It doesn't. To Zach's point, and to BJ's point, first BJ's, it has all those elements he talked about in his description earlier. I see why, for this $15 price point, it's fun, it's exciting. You're like, yeah, I get the banana, yeah, I get the corn sweetness, the frosted flakes. It's really cool, but it misses. To me, it's just watered down, hits you real quick, and it's gone. It's super hot. It's not fun. It goes away way too quickly. It's watery. It's a typical $15 price point whiskey or bourbon that,
Well, I
I'm going to go give them to the guys under the underpass and be like, here you go, boys.
You're not going to do
Merry
that. The legs are pretty
No,
weak.
I'll flip this for $100 a bottle.
We'll talk. We're going to talk secondary in just a minute.
I can see why this is a good mixer.
Totally.
I was just going to ask
Hands
you,
down.
You got Coke Zero?
No, I don't. I do not have any good mixers today. My
Do you have
apologies.
Diet Dr. Pepper?
I said I have Truly's and orange juice.
That's not
You don't get any ideas. We're not.
good. Ooh, brass whiskey.
We are not mixing a Truly with
We're
one of
moving
these.
on. So, talking about some flavor profile.
Brass whiskey.
I do get that creamy corn. There is
Sure.
creamed corn, but and there's a little bit of vanilla sweetness. That taffy, it really
Yeah.
is like taffy. It's a vanilla, but it's made from sugar. But the problem is you gotta fight through the ethanol the whole way. It doesn't just live. You really gotta fight the ethanol.
big-
After all three
big-
sips, Tim. Yeah.
And all of those flavors come through, but they're super quick. Like if before you know it, it's gone.
Yeah, it doesn't
You're like-
coat your tongue.
You're like banana, yeah, there it went, came and went. Frosted Flakes, ooh, there and gone. And then you're just kind of left with an ethanol burn that's a little astringent. It's not pleasant. So you get the fun flavors for a brief second, but the unfortunate thing that linger is the ethanol.
Should we try a cube?
Yeah, I shoot
Just wanna try
this.
cube?
If you could cube us, that'd
So
be great.
here's the thing. I'm thinking about this.
Shoot it now.
I agree with Zach. I think this would be a great mixer. Some ginger.
But in what though? Why don't you
So-
talk about that?
So, it's funny. I was thinking about this today because I was thinking about some show of themes and ideas, and these
Sure.
may come back to you, the viewer, down the way. But I was trying to think like, can you make a more perfect? Can you make a more perfect Jack and Coke? Like, what makes a good Jack and Coke? And I was like, it's iconic because Jack is so stingy and bitey, and it's got the iconic Jack bite, that cuts through the sweetness of Coke that makes it enjoyable, right? It's a good pairing. And then I'm like, oh man, every time I do like Crown and Coke, Crown is so sweet, you lose it. I think Jameson and Coke, and I'm like, oh, I don't really like that flavor of Jameson with Coke. And you start doing other whiskeys. Well, I think Coke is such a strong flavor, you lose whiskey. This is great because it's got such a presence, that ethanol bite, but it's so sweet. It would be really complimentary. I think it's the right yin and yang for a good Coke, a good ginger ale.
And I like that assessment, but my feeling around this for a cocktail is that it needs to go... My initial thoughts were like a Negroni type cocktail, right? Even though Negroni is using gin and vermouth, I think with some of the flavors that are in this, especially with that ethanol bite, I would go the little bit more of a route, maybe like a whiskey sour or a...
I can see this standing up to a whiskey sour.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it into an old fashioned.
No.
I'll tell you that much. No.
It's too thin for that.
No, this is a mixer. This is a one to one ratio.
Jackie might be onto something. Jameson and ginger, just do mellow corn and ginger. I would try that.
I said that. I think that mellow corn and ginger would be great. I think it would be really good. The right ginger ale. Go back and watch our ginger ale episode. Obviously, it's got to be Werner's.
Is that the one that won?
Well, it's the barrel aged one.
Ah.
I think that this with a ginger ale, I think this with a Coke. Hell, I'd even do a 7 and 7 with this and put this with a Sprite or a 7-Up.
Yeah, I could see that too. I would definitely do that as well.
This is a 1-to-1 mixer. Like, I wouldn't do anything fancy with this.
Yeah,
Redbeard.
Don't put more than 1-to-1.
Redbeard City popped a cork on a bottle of Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye today.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Oh, well done. We haven't been able to find it here in Vegas. I know it's out. It's kind of peppered around.
I have it. I have it at home in a decanter. I can bring it.
Ooh.
The rye.
Yes.
The not
rye.
the red. Are you talking? Oh, hold on. Redbeard. Are you talking about the? I think Redbeard's talking about the green label. I think you're talking about the red label.
I have the red label.
I'm talking about the green label.
Sorry.
Redbeard. Which one are you talking about?
What's the difference between the two?
From my understanding, the green is the barrel proof, where the red label is just the standard. The standard of whatever percentage, I don't know what Jack is 50.
90-ish, right?
90.
All right, let's talk some value here. So, James, what do we scoop these up for?
$13.99.
All right, in looking around,
$13.99.
in looking around online, doing a little research, this goes anywhere from $15.99 to $88.99.
That's what I thought. Redbeard has the green label.
And secondary, good. I have the red. I'm not playing on your level.
Stop you.
Where's this going for $88.99?
At Casker's house or Casker's Club.
Caskers.
Okay.
Typical.
Yeah, and they're pretty pricey to begin with.
Yeah.
But then your secondary traders
Up to $100.
This is $100.
Yeah, you can. A lot of people use this as like a kicker for a trade to lock in a trade. They'll be like, if you do a 1-to-1 bottle trade and you're like, I'll throw in a mellow corn kicker, it's usually
There were three. So there were 3 bottles, and something tells me those were the 3 bottles that got put out for the day or maybe even for the week, and we just snuck in and went yoink and took them. So I think the price for this, I think we got a good deal.
Yeah.
Especially given the hype around this.
To be honest, I was gonna see like if we enjoyed this and you guys are really into it, I'd say you can each take a bottle home today. But I think personally, I feel as if we had this one, we're over it and we're gonna sell the other 3.
Dude, the cube helps.
Okay, we're gonna cube up. So
I think so. I think it kills a lot of the ethanol.
all right,
And you can
Cubing up.
actually go into those tastes of banana and then that kind of cornmeal kind of a taste.
are we doing like
We're not an
June
ASMR
show here?
We're not an ASMR show. People are quitting. They're
It's
leaving.
weird.
It's weird.
We've lost like 20 people
Okay.
out
So
of 5 that are watching now.
let's.
Okay, that
You're
wow.
the 5 we love you.
So there's like a bubble gum that like just comes out of nowhere, like a whoa,
But
banana chips.
Yeah.
Banana chips.
Yeah. It sweetens up.
Ooh, it kind of turns Jim Beam like, as some of you know out there, the typical banana.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it cubed.
All right, well,
I kind of liked it better, just neat, straight up.
Neat. I couldn't really. The flavor is like that. Like putting a cube in it.
It's like bubble gum.
It makes it easier to get through the ethanol.
It's like that shitty
Double
barbershop nickel gum that
You didn't like
double
that?
bubble.
You didn't like that gum? I love that gum.
Yeah, for 5 seconds until you're
For
like,
5 seconds, and then you're like,
arr, rock gum.
Yeah, you're supposed to suck on it for like 10 hours.
it's
Then it gets soft,
it's
so you can
straight
chew.
up bubble gum right now. That's what I get.
Interesting. All right, so let's go through some tastes. Let's start over here. So give us your nose score.
So
0 through 3.
nose gets a 1. Ethanol all over the place. It's really hard to get through that. I couldn't smell much beyond the ethanol except for like a kind of a cornflake kind of a smell. I couldn't get into what were the smell or the nose notes.
So your nose notes were supposed to be creamed corn, vanilla, a hint of nutmeg, banana chips, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, I got one. I got cream corn. That was it.
I don't know.
Banana, I did not get that.
To be honest here, I don't know that creamed corn is something I want in my whiskey. I understand it's a corn whiskey.
80% corn.
Because I thought it was more. I thought it was more corn flake versus creamed corn.
Sure, we'll give you that.
To be honest with you, but yeah, one. I wouldn't want to go back to smelling that again.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a corny.
It's actually a lot better with
Get
a.
it? See what I did there?
Oh.
It's actually a lot better with the cube.
It's a corny label.
All right, so 1.
Yeah, give it a 1.
Okay, I'm giving it a 1.5. I think when you fight through, I actually find the nose to be really pleasant. As soon as you start wafting off some of the ethanol, I think there's some really, really nice nose notes there.
The nose.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think it is creamy. It's soft. It's the kind of thing like if I had a whiskey flavored candle in my house, I'd want it to smell like this. And so I'd give it a 1.5, but it's just because you do have to fight through some of the ethanol.
I'm right there with BJ. I'm giving it a 1.5 as well. 1.5. Just echoing off of what BJ said, like for the price point of $13.99, you get that astringent alcohol, which I really dislike. But there's like hope. There's hope right behind that astringency. You get the banana chips. The
Zach is pouring another one.
he's gonna be a trooper. He's going back to
I
it.
just want to. I'd like to experience it again.
Typically,
I don't want to give it a low score for a reason.
it's a
For
guest
no good
whiskey.
reason.
It's bottom shelf for a reason.
Like you said,
I
this is like
get the hype around it for cocktails, but
Like you said, this is kind of the kicker for a trade.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
everyday drinker, far from it. There's so many better options. When you step it up just a little few more dollars to the $20 price range, and then you're stepping into like Elijah Craig territory, Old Granddad, Evan Williams.
I like
far
Old Granddad
superior.
as a daily drinker. That's
Agreed.
a good drink.
I love Evan Williams as a daily drinker. It's way better than this, and it's just a few dollars more.
It's
Double.
At the end, I'm going to get into a conversation we recently had at a local bar.
Okay.
You and I, we were both there. Taste?
Ooh. Taste. 1.5. So I think it kind of echoes the smell. I think that it translates over to a super hot astringent alcohol, ethanol-y taste. But there's some that tickle in the background of some really quick flavors. All of the above, the corn cereal, the banana chips, the creamed corn.
And it's gone.
It's fun, but it's so just comes and goes, right? Like, I don't know what it is about this. Like, it's fun, and maybe we're just used to drinking too much stuff that just sits on the palate, but it's just quick, right? It's so quick. It's almost like we're just drinking water that has a little bit of, like, flavoring, or you make Kool-Aid out of a packet and somebody forgets to add sugar, and you're just like, what am I drinking? Like,
That was my life.
well, that's what
No
It
sugar for you?
wasn't forgetting. My mom just never added sugar.
1.5 from me. So, BJ, what do you got?
I'm giving it a 1.
Oh, listen, you sounded like you've been talking it up this whole show. I come in with the 1.5, and then you're like, One.
No, because I just poured myself a little bit more because I'm like Zach. I really want to make sure I give it a fair score, and I'm not just crapping on my palate here. But I think that for me, I think it starts low, it peaks. There's this peak where all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's this great flavor there, and then it crashes into this bitter, acrid, weak, just failed structure of flavor. Again, I think that that's exactly what makes a good cocktail whiskey, because you've got a good supporting mixer.
And you're masking.
And it pulls that wonderful whiskey punch at the peak of your sip.
Right.
And then as that goes away, your mixer comes back in and kind of rounds out your sip. And so, again, perfect mixer, but as far as like a drinker or something I'm going to pour out of a decanter or into a drinking glass, not going to happen again, thanks.
Have you made a mixed drink with this?
Nope. We just opened this for the first time.
First time I've ever had this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why I said, do you have a Coke? And he does not. So I guess we're mixing it with Truly. Let's go.
Woo! All right, alcohol and
Gross.
alcohol.
No.
Yum,
Gross.
yum.
No.
Mellow
Zacharuni.
Mellow corn and soda.
Taste.
What are you giving it for taste?
So when it comes to taste, and it's go. Yeah, when it comes to taste, I can taste frosted flake, a little bit of banana for maybe half a second, and then it just goes away.
Yeah.
So, like James was saying, actually, I think BJ and James were saying that it's watery. It's a quick like, hey, how you doing? And then everything goes away. Then afterwards, you get kind of like a dry, cottony, bitter taste in your mouth.
It's fun, but you don't want to sip on it straight up, right?
It's exactly right. It like gives you instantaneous dry mouth.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
little
It
cotton
just
mouth there.
sucks you in. You go, ugh.
yeah, it's like you eat
Well,
some pretzels or like beer nuts or something.
Ethanol
afterwards.
evaporation. That's what that is. And it's pulling the...
And we've had plenty of bottled and bond spirits before
Yeah,
that I don't think has this effect or does this. So.
Yeah, we can handle a bottled and bond alcohol percentage easily,
Yeah.
and enjoy it. But yeah, not for me on this one. Like I said, one.
Bye-bye over there.
Bye, Grace.
So one for nose, one for taste.
See ya. All right. So you gave it a one and one?
One and one.
You give it a
I give it a
1.5 and a 1, and I'm giving it a
1.5.
1.5, 1.5.
So you're in the lead with a 3. Value?
Value?
I'm leading this one off. You guys each got to lead off a category. I'm leading off a
Oh yeah,
category.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Just because of the hype, I'm giving it a 2. Listen, you can go get a $5 footlong at Subway, but I hate Subway, and so that $5 is worthless. I think that it's cool. Like, I get it. It's cool. It's a living history fossil. It's living, right? Living whiskey history. Cool. I think that there's a cool thing here. It's just not my thing. So for me, would I scoop up another Mellow corn? I guess a lot's going to depend on what we get in the trade. Like, if this is a good investment whiskey, then great. But for me to buy and drink again, it's solid on the 2 scale. And yeah, I'm going to my right. James?
I am kind of right there with BJ. So just because something's cheap doesn't mean that it's good, right? You go to the dollar store and you're not going to buy, some
buying my tools at the dollar
Not buying
store.
my tools at the dollar store because you know they're not going to last.
But I will buy them a
Harbor Freight. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I was like, it's not much different going to Harbor Freight. It's
That's where
the
they're
dollar
$2
store
instead
of
of $1.
tools.
Exactly.
Yeah, the $2
They'll
store.
last twice as long.
And we love you, Harbor Freight. Please sponsor us. So they're probably in that. We're in that demographic. So here's the thing with value. I usually want to be like, and I'm saying blown away. It's not for a blown away bonus. I feel as if yes, I want to spend the money, and it's worth that money. $14 is tough to judge against for alcohol, but it's like spending $1 on a Four Loko, right? You're like, yeah, it's sweet and gets the job done, but I don't want to spend $1 on it.
Oh, if I'm looking to get drunk, let me just tell you right now, I'm pulling a bottle of Mellow Corn. I know it's going to get the job done.
Oh yeah. This is drink.
Drink for effect.
Yeah, whiskey to drink for.
Oh, this will get it done.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Taste.
Lots of other whiskeys will get it done.
You want to know why it's probably bartender's friend? Because they can charge $20 for a cocktail for a bottle they're probably buying at wholesale for $8.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why it's bartender's friend.
Not
For the taste.
Very cheap and. I mean,
It gets a 1. I'm done with this
a lot of
garbage. It gets a
numbers.
1.
One for value.
Yeah. It's not worth the money, no matter if it was $5 a bottle.
Hold on. You can't say that because if you turn this, you throw this into a kicker, and all of a sudden now you're going to flip that around for a $50.
That's
$60
totally
bottle.
different. That's totally different, though.
But then it does live to some value.
Sure, which is a 1. I didn't give it a half point.
Let me ask, like when we say value,
Yeah.
we're rating on value. Is that just for yourself? You're buying the bottle, you're gonna drink it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is for all of our viewers that go to the store and they're like, what's the best value, the best bang for my hard-earned flipping dollar on a Friday after work? It's payday. I'm going into the liquor store.
So-
What am I going to buy? Do not buy this. Save $7 extra, get $20, and we can show you right now 4 other different bottles that are twice as good as this.
That's next week's show. Next week's show, tune in for best bottles at $20.
Yeah.
That's
Best
a great
bottles
idea.
under 25.
Yeah, I like that.
That's brilliant.
Best bottles under
You
25.
go 25, and now we're in Elijah Craig territory,
Yeah.
Jim Beam territory, Wild Turkey 101 territory. You hit all of these bottles that are amazing.
For those of you that just gasped and grabbed your ascot at Wild Turkey 101,
Fred Minnick out there, I'm sure
telling
is.
you
I know
right
he's a
now,
big fan.
we drank
Probably
some
not.
Wild Turkey
We're
101
nobodies.
and we were all shocked at how good it was.
Yeah,
I know.
and I would say Fred
Dude.
Minnick's. I said it. He talked this up. I don't know, guys. No, he was right through and through.
Yeah, it's really good.
Evan
That's
Williams.
fantastic.
I'm going to tell you right now, Evan Williams is a value.
It sure is.
15. There's a
Listen,
$15 bottle.
I sat at Philadelphia International
I'm
Airport
sorry, we're
for
ranting.
6
Hold on,
hours
we're ranting.
drinking Evan Williams.
Can we give Zach his moment?
Sorry, we have
We gotta give him his moment, and then
and
we'll
totals
rant.
tally scores. All right, Zach,
right.
value.
I was gonna say, yeah, like comparatively, if you were to, I mean, like a bottle of Wild Turkey 101, same size, goes for about the same price, 18, 19, 20 bucks.
Sure.
Ish, something like that.
No, think lower than think like Old Granddad and Evan Williams and stuff that we've had.
It's killer.
That is
You can get an Evan
spectacular.
Williams single barrel
Yeah.
for $21.
You want to get ripped for $20?
And then this is $13.99.
This is what we got.
It's what we got it for. That was,
That's what we
in
got it for.
the bodega in California, so it's a little different. I mean,
Let's-
probably
let's
let's
call
say
it
15.
15. Okay. So I'll give it a 1.5. This is something that I probably wouldn't buy, but I'd buy it just for the hell of it. You know, if I saw it.
Guest whiskey, as you call it.
As a guest whiskey, yeah. And then, I mean,
Why do you
like,
call
I
it a
actually
guest
use-
whiskey?
I actually use Bullet for guest whiskey.
Why and now why is
That's
it
good.
called guest whiskey? What does that mean?
So guest whiskey is something that you offer somebody that isn't very versed in the whiskey world.
Oh.
Somebody that wants a drink to mix a whiskey with a Coke or...
But you don't want to insult them, so you have to give them something a step up from Popov.
Right, exactly. You don't want to give them dog shit.
Tito's and Gordon.
Yeah, or, yeah. You don't want to give them some weird, you know...
Smith's
off the
House
wall.
brand
Bird
plastic.
Dog.
Yeah.
Bird Dog.
Oh, actually, Bird Dog Peach is pretty damn good.
We're off the rails. We're off the rails when we're saying Bird Dog is good.
Yeah,
All right,
so one
total score.
So 1 and 1.5.
you're
So
giving it a
3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
1.5, 1.5, 1. No, definitely no blown away bonus. Do we have any
4.5.
blown away
No,
bonuses?
no.
So that's 4 for me.
And I'm also giving it a 3.5.
4. And you give it 3.5.
You gave it a 4?
Yeah,
1.5, 1.5, 1.
it's 4.
It's 4.
I never can count his half points. And I gave it a 1.5, 1, and a 1.
Yeah, 3.5s and
No,
4.
did I give it a 2?
Wow.
I did
You
give
gave
it a
it
2.
2.
I'm sorry. I did give it a 2, so I gave it a 4.5.
Wow.
I'm the
Okay.
high score once
Wow.
again.
High score,
High
low score,
score.
middle score.
Um,
I think
I'm
liked it
okay
the
with middle
least, but-
score.
I'm okay with high score. Again, I think there's some value there. I'm counting in.
If this is a kicker for like a trade,
Yeah.
it's worth
Yeah.
it.
What's
But
the chat? The chat has been going
No,
nuts
chat's
over
been
there.
pretty quiet. Mrs. Askins is saying hi to some of our new viewers. Redbeard said that
We have a
Jack
great
was
community.
66.55%. Jesus. And then he wondered how much it would be if it was in a fresh charred barrel. Yeah, those used bourbon barrels, who knows what. But you got to remember, who does used doesn't Evan Williams, I think, use bourbon barrels as
No,
well?
what was that one in the plastic jug?
Oh,
Old Grandad.
early times.
Early times.
Yeah.
I would take early times over this any day of the week.
Definitely.
Like, I almost
I
want to pour
enjoyed-
the rest of this back in the
I
bottle.
enjoyed hot
And
water.
now it's time for a quick side-by-side comparison,
All right,
boys.
let's do
Get
it.
some water here, gonna
All
clean
right,
it
so
out.
I'm
Clean
gonna
it up.
I'm gonna remember this.
Doing law.
Give me a little water here. If you'll remember, I also did not like early times. You want
think
to
anyone did.
rinse?
You want to rinse?
Please, thank
I don't think any of us like this, but let's go back to early times. Another $13 for a handle
Woo!
whiskey.
you. So 13.
I can't wait for this comparison.
I'll tell you right now that the color is better.
Color's way better. Put that right in the middle in between there once you're done with that.
Oof.
Give James a little bit more.
No.
It smells better right off the bat.
I remember the nose being fine, but I also believe that I called this
It still has
ashtray water.
It still has that ethanol
But it's like a faux
Maniac.
raisiny sweetness, like a
Oh god, I feel like this is
like
gonna make
raisins.
you sick.
Ooh, it's a little.
This is gonna make you sick.
No, this is what makes you better when you're sick.
No, oh god, no.
Yeah, shot of whiskey.
Chinese medicine.
Shot of whiskey and you go to bed.
This is
Ugh.
not better. This is not better. Hands down, this
All
is
right,
not
so
better.
I drink mellow corn over this. Ugh.
right.
Ooh.
Hang on.
I drink mellow corn.
Guys,
The nose on this is about the same.
It's appalling, is what you were gonna
No,
say.
I
the
like the
nose
nose.
is appalling.
All right.
It's appalling.
Let's give it a little taste.
Ugh. I can't believe you still have it in your glass. Just dump it out.
early times, plastic bottle, friends.
We're not ASMR. Stop this.
And we are coming in at 40%, 80 proof.
Ugh.
And this is a handle at 1.75 liters.
Yeah, that
Distilled,
face.
aged
If you
in
can't,
oak,
for those of you that
roasted
can't see Zach's face, it just was a crumpled up prune of a face.
matured
Yeah.
at least 36 months in reused barrels.
Wow,
Good
36,
job.
36 whole months.
Good job for him remembering that early times also used
Used
reused
barrels.
barrels.
Yeah, no, that was a great reference.
Great callback. Well, that about does it for us
That
tonight.
about does it
Yeah,
for us.
okay, wait. Let's say this. Okay, let's
Oof.
say who would take
You gotta
what,
mix the
whatever
two
what?
to really see
Oh,
what they
yeah,
taste like.
suicide.
What
Suicide, I'm up
What
here.
King's Cup BS are you trying to play at?
Ooh. Oof.
All right.
The color looks right fine.
I would take mellow corn over early times.
Agreed. Mellow,
I might have just
give me an
done that.
yellow corn over early times.
James is like, I'll mix both of them together and take both of them.
It makes it like sour. Oh, it's like sour now.
And now James has to go to bed.
It's
'cause
like
he's sick.
sour cabbage. Oh.
So what? Okay, what's better, James? Early times or mellow corn?
Hands down, mellow corn is twice as good as early times.
So can we dump this early times and clean the pipes tonight?
Yeah, that needs
Can
to.
we just get
that,
rid of this?
I do have a little toilet clogged downstairs here from some burritos.
I was
We're
going to say,
going right
yeah,
there.
that goes along with little Drano.
Speaking of, we have to go to Harbor Freight for that snake. You just add this right behind
Oh,
it.
Right,
yeah.
$2.
Jesus.
Oh God, that's so bad.
All right. Well,
Oof.
we've been the Barrel Buddies. We're signing off.
Hold
until
on,
next
hold on.
week.
In the chat.
We hope we entertained you with our, I don't know.
I love this
marginal
question.
whiskey.
Mrs. Askin's question: does that taste comparison change your value rating?
No.
No.
What did we rate early times? I think I was a 1-1 and
It was
1.
terrible.
It was terrible. We were ones across the
We'll
board.
have to go
I think
It was
back.
wretched. No, we know. I know.
But it was bad.
Yeah.
I believe we
Mellow
said.
corn got a little bit above early times.
Well, we gave those halves. I think this gets half.
because it's not completely
Points.
wretched.
What you're missing out on, for those of you that have not gone and watched the ET show,
Yuck.
go watch Early Times. James loved it.
Yeah.
He's not admitting it right now, but it is forever saved in the world.
And what's funny, I remember we were doing some research on it. Early Times is a very popular whiskey around the world.
But we're also comparing it to Mellow Corn,
Yeah.
which I see why there is such a love for Mellow Corn.
But it's completely different mash bills. So with
it's not
Mrs.
a
Askins'
corn
question,
whiskey.
So she's like, does it change it? Well, it's kind of unfair to even do the comparison. We did the comparison because they use barrels, but they're really different mash bills. Their composition is very, very different.
that's
it's like saying,
like a 60-25.
hey, is this bone-in bladed pork chop as good as
the
this
brisket?
filet mignon?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't know. Do you like pork
Or
do you
is
like
the
beef?
chuck steak as good as the sirloin here?
Yeah. Do you like cube steak? Cube steak's really good compared to a New York. Yeah.
Potted
really
this.
good hammer.
We're on like potted meat level here.
We're on potted meat.
This
Do you like
is-
this canned ham or this potted or this Vienna sausage?
What about a bucket of meat?
All right, we're off the
Give me
rails.
a bucket of
We've
meat.
had a lot of fun.
Bucket of meat.
We've been the Barrel Buddies,
I'm James.
I'm Zach.
and I'm BJ, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great night, everybody.
Later on.
Now you gotta say,
Oh, drink well, be well.
That's the one.
That's it.
Get back into that one, Zachy.
Whoa,
Hell yeah.
guys, we got another
Whoa!
earthquake.
Another earthquake!